It's a planet that has been hiding behind the sun. Now it passes by us. I'm afraid that the planet will hit us anyway.
To me, it's not so much a film about the end of the world. It's a film about a state of mind. And why? Well, I've been through some melancholic stages of my life, so it was kind of obvious to do this. First of all, Melancholia is a good title and has been used very many times, and Melancholia is something that is, you know, in all art that I like, and I'm sure is part of all good art. It was the starting point of the film, and the inspiration came from there. I don't know if it's more or less, yeah, melancholia, or to be melancholic, I think has to do with the longing.
Well, for me, the depression and kind of the unraveling of my character Justine in the beginning of her wedding, you know, throws her into a depression. But I also think what's interesting about her is that as the world is coming to an end, and you know, the most horrible tragedy that could ever happen, she gets stronger and stronger and is kind of the one that brings them together. So I feel like sometimes in depression, when you're faced with huge things, the people that have been through that usually come out the strongest in a way. So, but other than that, in terms of Lars working with women and showing these sides, I like commend him. It's the only person you know, there aren't very female roles out there like this, you know, where you can be crazy and vulnerable and strange and do whatever you want. That's a freedom that's very scary, but also it gives you kind of a braveness that I took with me onto other projects after this. So.
But I don't really have the impression that we're portraying women in particular. I have the impression that with Antichrist I was playing him, and Kirsten was playing him in this film. So it's not, of course it's beautiful parts for women, but I don't see the separation between men and women characters.
The earth is evil. We don't need to grieve for it.
What?
Nobody will miss it.
But where would Leo grow up?
All I know is life on Earth is evil.
There may be life somewhere else.
But there isn't.
I was drawn to the project because, to me, Lars is the only director that specifically just writes films for women who can be ugly and messy and emotional and not, you know, have this perfect idea of what women should be in film. And I was thrilled at the opportunity to work with Lars. He doesn't make, you know, that many movies, so it was an opportunity. I went in with such an open vulnerability and a trust because of the way Lars presents himself to you.
I
I think the intimacy Lars creates on set and automatically kind of makes you emotionally available. And then we do as much as we have to do, as many takes or different ways and changing things until he's happy, I hope. Yeah. But the process is very freeing. It just kind of anything goes, and then you rein it in or you change it again. We do long scenes that lasted 5 minutes, 5-minute takes. I mean, when do you get to do that? Play out an entire wedding. And so there's a freedom and a breaking down of walls and of this is your close-up, this is your wide shot. You know, all those things are thrown away, and so you're left with a very natural way of just being.
Well, I would say that this whole marriage thing is something that she has kind of made herself do. That she has probably had, you know, the melancholia before, and has been, you know, suffering from bad mood and stuff many times before, and now she hopes that getting into kind of this restrained situation of a marriage and traditional, and that will help her. So it's a plan she has, and she's struggling for it. It's kind of she hopes that will kind of stabilize her in her life. But which obviously it doesn't happen. You know, there are different kinds of films, and mostly we would say a film. You see a film to see how it ends, and I will object to that. I would say that many films are. You know the end, or you know, if you look at a James Bond film, there's a chance that he will survive. So that you actually know the film, but you still see it as exciting because you want to know how it ends, how does the characters react to it, all these things. And I thought it was quite interesting to be very clear about this, that what the end of the film would be. And I when I see films like that, you still somehow sit with the feeling that you know how it's going to end, but you don't want it to end that way, and you hope that you were wrong somehow.
Actually, it's moving away from us as we speak. You just can't see it to the naked eye. Come here. Put this to your chest. Name it up at the planet. Hold on. Is that right?
Yeah.
In 5 minutes, it'll be smaller. Just relax, relax. This is normal. It's taking part of our atmosphere. For a little while, it's gonna make us winded. Just Just try and breathe calmly. Just breathe. Just breathe. There you go. Just try and breathe calmly. There you go.
Please, can I look now?
Of course.
It's smaller.
Of course it is.
It's smaller. It's smaller.
Of course it is. It's moving away from us at over 60,000 miles an hour.